Imagine this, an entire vault loaded with gold, rare jewels, priceless artifacts vanishes overnight. No alarms, no broken locks, no signs of forced entry, just emptiness. A high-security bank in the heart of a bustling city wakes up to find its most protected room completely stripped clean. Every piece of evidence suggests the impossible. It wasn't robbed, it just disappeared. This is not just any heist. This is the most mind-bending, logic-defying, and utterly baffling crime in history. And today, we're diving deep into the mystery that has left investigators, scientists, and conspiracy theorists completely stumped. Our story begins in New York, home to one of the most secure financial institutions in the world, the First Bank. This wasn't just any bank. On the morning of January 5th, employees arrived as usual, only to discover that something was very, very wrong. The main vault, a state-of-the-art security chamber with reinforced steel doors, biometric scanners, and a fail-safe locking mechanism, was completely empty, not ransacked, not broken into, just empty. The security guard was baffled. It didn't make sense. The doors were locked. The alarm never went off. There were no footprints, no forced entry, nothing. It's like the vault just unlocked itself and walked away. And here's where things get really weird. The bank's motion sensors recorded absolutely nothing. The security cameras, completely functional. They showed nothing but an undisturbed empty corridor outside the vault. The locks, still intact. No evidence of tampering, no failed access attempts, no forced breaches. It was as if the contents of the vault had been teleported out of existence. Investigators arrived within hours, expecting to find some kind of explanation, but the more they searched, the less sense the situation made. First, let's talk about the security system. The vault was designed to be impenetrable. A 2-foot-thick titanium steel door weighing over 20 tons fingerprint and retina scanners, accessible only to 3 high-ranking bank officials, a 24-hour live security feed monitoring every entry point, pressure-sensitive floors, and laser grid detection, and yet not a single alarm had been triggered. There's no sign of drilling, no forced entry, no override of the system. It's like someone had a key, but no one in the world should have had that. And then they discovered something even stranger. When forensic teams dusted for fingerprints, they found nothing, not a single fingerprint inside the vault. No dust disturbance, no fiber traces, nothing. It was spotless, which brings us to the next big question. How could someone not only get inside the most secure vault in the city, but also erase any and all traces of their presence? The first and most obvious theory, an inside job. Was it possible that one of the few high-ranking employees who had access to the vault had orchestrated the heist? The problem? Every single one of them had an airtight alibi. One was vacationing in Europe, another was at a charity gala with hundreds of witnesses, and the third, he had been locked inside his own office all night, recorded on camera the entire time. Who else could have possibly opened the vault? A more outlandish theory suggested that the thieves used some kind of cutting-edge cloaking technology to bypass security. Could a group of criminals have somehow rendered themselves invisible to the cameras? Far-fetched? Maybe. But let's not forget that military-grade cloaking technology is real. Still, this theory falls apart when you consider one major problem, the infrared motion sensors. Even if someone was invisible, their body heat would have been detected, but no unusual heat signatures were ever recorded inside the vault that night. And then there's the wildest theory of them all. What if the vault wasn't robbed? What if it was teleported? Sounds insane, right? But hear me out. Some researchers have speculated that experimental electromagnetic technology could theoretically transport objects across short distances. Could a powerful electromagnetic pulse have been used to instantly relocate the vault's contents? And if so, who has access to that kind of technology? Years have passed, but the case remains completely unsolved. No suspects, no recovered assets, no logical explanation. And yet, strange rumors persist. Some believe that a former employee knows the truth but is too afraid to speak. Others claim that pieces of the stolen treasure occasionally surface, only to vanish again. And then, there are those who believe that the thieves were never human to begin with. Could the mastermind still be out there? And more importantly, will we ever know what really happened? So what do you think? Was this an inside job, a high-tech experiment, or something far beyond our understanding? Let me know in the comments. I'll be reading every single theory. And if you love crazy unsolved mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You never know what mind-blowing story we'll uncover next. Until next time, keep your eyes open.